Hey, what is going on, guys? Today I am sharing with you my ultimate Assetto Corsa beginner's guide. Today I'm going to be taking you through everything from installing custom shaders patch, installing mods, getting your first PP filters in to make the game look exactly how you want it, and everything else in between. So without further ado, I don't think we should really waste a ton of time, and we should just hop right in. Of course, real quick though, I should give you a recommendation if this is really a beginner's guide on what buying Assetto Corsa. I highly recommend you buy the Ultimate Edition. This is going to come with all of the DLC, but I don't recommend you buy it on Steam. While you will still get it on Steam, I recommend you go through G2A. G2A is a service where basically everything is going to be cheaper. People buy or get Steam keys and then resell them on G2A for a lower price. The Assetto Corsa Ultimate Edition on Steam, the global Steam key, which means it'll work wherever you are in the world, is only $19 USD, compared to when it's not on a Steam sale, it would be about $80 USD. That's about an 80-ish% off discount, and that's not like a limited time thing. That is what it always is, pretty much. But if you're watching this as it comes out, or watching it before the 6th of September, there is actually the 505 Games Steam sale celebrating the publisher's 15-year anniversary, and the Ultimate Edition of Assetto Corsa is only $8. So if you have the money and you can pick it up right now, which I mean it's $8, I'm sure pretty much all of you have $8. I highly recommend you get it right now if you don't have Assetto Corsa. This sale is absolutely insane, 90% off, and their regular Assetto Corsa is $4, but again, for an extra $3-4, you can get everything else, all the DLC, which will mean every single mod you ever download works. So yeah, just get the Ultimate Edition. It's $8 right now on the Steam sale. If you're watching past September the 6th, I recommend you go on G2A and pick it up for $18, $19 USD. And if you are more budget strict, then of course you can also wait for a Steam sale. Assetto Corsa goes on sale normally about, every time there's a Steam sale, pretty much. If you want like a little general time frame, I would suspect that the next time Assetto Corsa will go on sale will be the Halloween sale, so that'll be in about mid to late October. But without further ado, let's get into installing everything and getting everything to work like you see it here on the videos. Alrighty, so you just finished installing default Assetto Corsa. It's time to mod it up to make it look like and what you have heard about on YouTube videos. So first one you're going to want to go to right here is Content Manager. The link is in the description below, the top link. You're going to want to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to want to click download directly on the download light version. Now, if you want the full version, you can drop them some money. It can be any amount. I would say, obviously, the minimum you'd want to do is $1, but you could do as much as you want. If you want to pay them $10,000 if you really want to, then you can, but you're going to get the same thing regardless of what you do. So I just drop $1. That's what I did. So go through there. You could do PayPal, your credit card, or Venmo, or Visa, things like that. But for now, you're just going to want to download the light version. You're going to want to open it up, and you're just going to want to copy and paste all of this onto your desktop. Bada bing, bada boom. You're going to see Content Manager right here is open. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to click on it, and it's going to run, and it's going to find this right here. So it's going to sync up. You're going to see it do some stuff right here, but it's going to sync up. It's going to find your Assetto Corsa. Mine's on my D drive. It's going to put your Steam ID in here automatically, and you can put your name, fill out if you want it to be like a gamer tag, or if you want it to just be your actual name. Next up, what you're going to want to do is you're just going to want to install all of these. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know what half of them do, but it recommends that you do it, and it has certain usable features. So super quick to install. Just click download on all of that, and then you're going to click OK, and then when it opens up,
it's going to give you your quick little tutorial. We're just going to disable that for now and sorry, full screen it. So here you are in Content Manager. You're going to want to click right here if you have your key in your email. So if you supported them, you're going to get an email. And I'm going to take this off the screen because my key is, of course, confidential. So, you don't want to do that, but it will be in your email. So you're going to get a key probably like 10 minutes after you donate. And this is just going to unlock full everything for Content Manager that it just has to offer. So it'll give you some extra support. So you're going to take your key right here. I need to black out my screen for a second. I apologize. So put in the key. You're going to see. So you're going to see this right here. It's basically just saying that it will be restarted and it shouldn't take long. It'll thank you for your support. But again, don't share your key. So you're going to click OK. And you're going to, it's going to pop up in the corner right here. And as you can see, it's gone. And you're going to have Race U on here. This is one of the other things that it adds. If you don't know what Race U is, it's basically just like a way to competitively race in Assetto Corsa. So it's kind of cool, and you can sign up for the beta and all that if you want to. If you guys want me to, I can go into a little more in depth about it, but we're not going to worry about that right now. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go into your settings, and you're going to want to go into your appearance. And the first thing that I recommend you do is get a custom color. Yes, let's make Content Manager your own. I'm partial to red. I love red. My favorite color, so I can put it to that. You can have the full RGB spectrum if you want to. So you can put, let's say you quite like some of that. You can have some mint, whatever you so prefer to have. But I'm going to run red for now. The theme, you can pick through a bunch of stuff. You can even, if you want to, go to light mode. But of course, I think everyone is going to want the blurred Nordschleife in the background. You can just change some of these to however you want. I would click on narrow scroll bars, and the final thing that I would say you do, you can play with your UI scale if you want, if you have difficulty seeing, but personally I am just going to leave that at a hundo. For your transitions, I like modern, but again, this is what modern looks like. You can go through and do whatever you want, or if you don't want any at all. But again, just set this up however you want. Next, you're going to want to go into Assetto Corsa, and you're going to want to click on your video and tune your settings how you like. Now, I can run max. I know I can run max on Assetto Corsa with a bunch of mods, but you may personally, not be able to on your rig. So if you want, you can just leave them as default, and then once you get all the mods loaded up, you can do that. Next up, you're going to want to click on Custom Shaders Patch, and you're going to see configs for Custom Shaders Patch are missing, reinstall. You're going to want to hit yes please, and it's going to take a little bit. And boom, here you are. It's going to put you on version 1.60, and you're going to get all of the cool custom shaders patch things to play around with. Now, there are two things here. If you have any preview versions, like preview 1.76 from Ilya's Patreon, this will add rain FX to Assetto Corsa for your rain transitions and just rain in general, rain physics. You can drag and drop this into here, but if not, you can simply just go through and tune your settings. Now, I will link in the iCard above. I have done a full video on making Assetto Corsa look as realistic as possible. So if you would like to do that and you think you can handle all max settings, then you can go for it. And even if you can't, I would still recommend watching that video because it gives you a rundown on what these settings are and, just what's up pretty much. So next up, I have Custom Shaders Patch Preview. So I'm just going to drag it into here. It's going to see new custom shaders patch, and you're just going to hit install, and bada bing, bada boom. If we come here to custom shaders patch, you can see we are on preview 1.76. So there you go. It's that simple to download mods. And on to the next thing that we are going to want to do, and this is probably the biggest thing that you're going to need to do for Assetto Corsa, and this is Sol. So this adds your day to night transitions as well as a bunch of other weather effects. It does not add rain, but it does allow you to use rain effects. So if you do have that CSP preview, you're definitely gonna want to get Sol on your PC. Now, when you're gonna wait for it to download here, you're just gonna You're gonna wait a second, and once it is done, my internet speeds are okay, but they are not great to say the least. Once it's done, you can drag it to your desktop. I'm just gonna drag it to my second monitor here, but you're gonna want to do this. You're going to click the mods folder, and you can just drag it. I recommend having WinRAR, by the way. It's free. You can download it. I don't need to do a tutorial on how to get WinRAR. Just look it up on Google if you don't know how. Now, we're going to come here, and we're going to click on the mods folder right here, and you're going to see a bunch of stuff, and you're going to see a lot of PDFs. Now, don't get scared by this. All you're going to need to do is simply just go into your file explorer here, go onto this PC. Again, it's on my D drive, program files. You're going to want to come down to Steam apps, common, Assetto Corsa, and you're simply, I'm going to try to get this to where you can see both. All you're going to do is you're just going to take all of this, and you're just going to drag it into your Assetto Corsa folder, just like this. You're going to see all of this lovely, lovely stuff, downloads. It's not going to ask you to overwrite anything, and besides that, you are good for that. Now, I think that's actually all you need to do. I could be wrong. They used to have it to where you had to go into your app data and all that, but I don't think you have to do that anymore, which... That's honestly really nice. I could check the install guide real quick here just to make sure it gets everything done. I'll just check real quick. Needs content manager, how to uninstall the old version, and that's it. They did remove that, so good job for the team over at Sol. Now, what you're going to need to do, that's all you need to do. You can delete this mods folder from your desktop, and you're just going to restart Content Manager. Also, if you would like to, you can delete your old Assetto Corsa thing and replace it with Content Manager. If you even want to here, you can be kind of cute and rename it Assetto Corsa like I like to do. And there you go. You have this, and as you can see, what used to only take you to 1800 now takes you all the way to 2359 and all the way back to 0 again. So if you see this, you know you have officially installed Sol. Now, what you're going to want to do is you're going to first want to go to your AC settings, and you're going to want to go to apps. You want to click on Enable Python Apps if you haven't yet already, and you're going to want to click on anything relating to Sol. So these four right here: Sol Config, Sol Weather, Sol Planner, and Sol Weather App. Next, you're going to go into Custom Shaders Patch, and you're going to want to go to Weather FX. Now, there are two options. Of course, you're going to want to run your weather script as Sol, but for this, you have two options. Now, V2.0 is basically just you pick what weather you want, and then that is what it is. Sol 2.1 adds more of an AMS2 style system where you can schedule weather events, so it will dynamically change throughout the race. If you would like to run Sol, just the regular one, personally for videos, actually this one is a lot easier, but if you're trying to do like endurance races, Sol 2.1 is definitely what you're going to want to do. Now then, click Drive, and there is one final thing I recommend you need to install, And that is get yourself a nice looking PP filter. There's 3 I highly recommend, and the one I recommend most, and it's also the least graphically intensive and the most realistic looking, is the Photorealistic PP Filter version 6 by Jarve 2. This one doesn't do anything super cool. All it does is just try to make it look as realistic as possible. And as you can see by some of these beautiful screenshots, it definitely accomplishes that. If you want a little bit more bloom, a little bit more color in your Assetto Corsa, you just want to make it look good, and you just are having a little bit more of a party, you're going to want to turn to Horizon Shades. This is going to add a nice little haze effect, a very slight little film grain over your game, and it's also going to add a lot of bloom, a little bit more saturation. And with Horizon Shades, there's a bunch of PP filters for you to pick from things with the default one, the classic one, ones that are supposed to replicate the lighting of GT Sport. They have pretty much everything in this one. And if you kind of want a middle ground between Horizon Shades, then Horizon Shades and Photorealistic, I turn you to A3PP. This one is one I used a lot in my previous videos, actually, and it's also very good looking. I recommend this one. If you can run it, have the horsepower. It looks beautiful, and it's beautiful. I mean, you can see by the screenshots, especially this one. This one is so good looking. But I'm going to personally download Photorealistic at the moment, so it's going to quickly download, and you don't even need to drag it to your desktop. You're just going to drag it into your content manager, and you're going to see right here, new PP filter. You're going to hit install, and that is all good. Now, this is the time, your final thing, go set up your CSP settings. I'll put the iCard above one more time if you want some good settings. If not, you can go through and read them all yourself. But if you want some quick, easy settings, go in there. And if you downloaded natural PP filter, yeah, that's what it's called, or photorealistic PP filter, sorry. If you go download that, then that'll be perfect work in harmony for you. But if you just installed another one or you browsed Race Department, then you can use that one as well and copy those settings. But I'm going to go get those settings on my Assetto Corsa right now. Okay, so here we are. I have copied all of my CSP settings down. Time to finally get in a car. What should we drive? You know what? I think we should drive the Audi R18 e-tron Quattro, and I'm actually going to take this thing around Laguna Seca because it's just has great reflections and great lighting. So we're going to take it around there. We're going to go into practice mode, and nothing else we really need to play with here. I like to throw on few clouds. Just sure you can auto set it by weather. You can turn it up to 20 degrees, You can play with this if you want to. Start from pits, we can do that. And yeah, I don't actually have any of my settings done, so let me get this here. Everything, I turn on auto blip because I do not have a wheel. So let me go through here. Here's another thing. What you can do, I like to call mine racing. So if you have any specific settings that you need to do, maybe you're a little bit more new, so you want to turn on traction control and ABS, or maybe racing line, you can go through and do that. And finally, you're going to click go, and you're going to see your Assetto Corsa launch. And for the first time, I assume, since you're watching this, you're going to see it load. It's going to take a second. This game doesn't have the quickest load times in the world, but it's definitely not like R Factor 2. So here you are, and you're going to be in your beautiful car, whatever you picked, and we're going to see, as you can see here, there's some more stuff we need to change. First of all, we're going to turn off Essentials, and I personally am going to go into onboard settings. I'm going to drop my seat position I'm going to move it forward, and my FOV is already set to 40, which is good. So I think that's all I really need. I need to turn down my headphones. But here we are. As you can see here, it looks oh so very beautiful. And yeah, it just looks good. You could take a lap if you want. I mean, I assume you will since you got Assetto Corsa. But now let us talk about one more thing that you need. You're gonna need some mods, of course. Assetto Corsa's car and track list is not going to get you very far. Now, I will show you how to download some mods, but I would just like to do a subtle little plug here on my YouTube channel, the one you're watching right now, of course. I have a bunch of videos for you, a ton of mods that you can download and install for free right now. We pretty much have everything covered, but I think for this video I'm going to demonstrate this. It's the same for both cars and tracks, but we're going to download the new free Formula Hybrid 2017 from Race Sim Studio. You're going to go through here. I'm going to black out the screen for a second just to put in my email. I agree, continue, bada bing, bada boom. You're going to get this, and it's going to get sent to your email. So what you're going to do, this is the same for everything, so I'll just get it from my email and download it. Okay, so here we go. As you can see, 2, 1, boom. What you're going to want to do, it's so simple. It's just like the other, PP filters. You're just going to drag and drop, and you're going to see new car, Formula Hybrid 2017. You're going to want to hit install. You're going to let it install everything perfectly into where it needs to go. Bada bing, bada boom. It's successfully installed, and you will see right here, Race Sim Studio, the Formula Hybrid 2017. You can click on it. We can take it to Spa, and you can launch it up, and as you can see, it'll work. You have successfully installed mods. So this should be everything that you need to get started in Assetto Corsa. Of course, after you have all your settings and stuff like this down, you can just go through. I recommend you go on Race Department. You could just download a bunch of mods from there. There's a ton. If you want to browse my YouTube channel, I have a ton of mods for you to download and play with. But as you can see, here we are in Spa, in the Formula Hybrid 2017, flying up Eau Rouge in Assetto Corsa. Ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you today. If you guys did enjoy, a like and a sub would mean a lot. And I will see you all in the next one. Have a good one, guys.